Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and another new episode here on Witcombe Park Farm. So as you see, we are in the shop and it is already 12:30 on September. And if you remember from the last episode, we are up against the clock to get our crops planted. So today we have our big field that we need to get into barley. We had gotten a start on the barley, but the tractor decided it didn't want to keep going, so we have some issues going on with the tractor. We took the planer off, the roller off, everything, just in case it was a major issue, and we have a valve train malfunction. Engine torque is noticeably reduced, fuel consumption is increased, and if we wait a second it will go. Valve train noise is pronounced, and engine hesitation may occur under load. All those things are true. Last evening, we patched these two issues up, the thermostat and the steering linkage. We just did a quick patch job. It was about 2 hours or so that we did that. This morning we had the 190 in the shop doing some pretty much patchwork to that as well, because both of these machines are actually overdue for their service time, but we just can't get them in the shop. We need them in the fields right now, so we're really struggling at the moment. Luckily we got that done this evening, or this morning, before or after we fed the cattle, and then we started getting in the field planting, and all this happened. So because we need to get back in the field, I think we're going to call up the shop, see if they have some way of getting this tractor up there, and if they have something available to lease. I think that's going to be our only option. We could put the planter on the 190, but having something newer with Isobus is just going to be quicker to set up for controls. For the planter, we would have to uninstall the terminal and all that stuff for the planter, put it into the New Holland, and I just don't think we have enough time for that. So I think that we're going to see, like I said, if the shop has something that we can lease, rent, demo, something, I don't know. We got to figure something out that's newer. Hopefully they do. But we got to figure out a way to get this up there. We're going to have them service it. And yeah, I guess that's what we're up to right now. So, they said they didn't have any haulage options available. So we were just kind of limping it up there, hoping nothing else goes wrong. You guys can kind of hear that clicking if I be quiet. Not sure if you can hear that or not, but yeah, that clicking sound is part of our issue. And then, yeah, obviously power is reduced as well, and there's also some black smoke that kind of comes out of the stack also. So all fun things. So they said just pull it right into the shop, because the other tractor they were working on is actually ours, and it is our telehandler, so that's how we're actually going to get back to the farm. So there we go, fellas. Have at her. Hopefully they get that done. I'm actually going to pull this up here. That music is actually built into the shop. So when you enter the shop like that, that is actually the shop's music. I think we have some front loaders that just popped up that we could try out. But we don't have a Fendt, so... Alright, so we'll go in here, we'll talk to Oxy, see what they got available. If they can get anything in the next little bit or not. And we'll catch up with you guys in a second. We've got ourselves a Fendt. Specifically a 718 Vario. This is a Gen 6. I got it sitting here next to the 190 because I was just curious, size comparison wise, how it looks, because the 6460 is a bit smaller than the 190, but it looks like these compare sidewise or size-wise pretty well. So yeah, I just had no idea really what to compare them to, but we have ourselves a 718, and it is 188 horsepower, I want to say. So maybe we can use our roller, but if we're gonna hook it up anyway. So like I said, isobus terminal, all that kind of stuff. Some nice IC controls as well. Nice animation going in and out. I like it a lot. Been interested in the fence. Obviously, we like our Massies here. We also like our New Hollands here. But with Peacock and Bennington being a Massey or an Agco primarily dealer, obviously a Fendt is something that could definitely be persuaded on in the future. As you guys can tell, I always enjoy thinking of ways to get different tractors on the farm. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed this little tidbit, but this is our new laneway to our field. I took that tramline buster tool and essentially I painted all this over with grass, and then I took that buster tool and made 2 tracks with it. Kind of makes it like a more of a, I don't know, rustic looking track instead of what we had where it was kind of, what can you say, kind of like paved. It almost like just looked really well maintained and stuff. I just wanted something that was a little bit more rustic looking. I think we're at 170, pretty sure. And this also does have auto steer, which is great too. And it also did cost us $9 grand. So this is not cheap. This is not a cheap lease at all. They didn't have anything else available. It was more of a lease type situation. But I am hopeful that this will run everything really well. And it's, I mean, it's looking like it's running it pretty well. We're going 9 miles an hour right now. The bigger test is going to be how it looks going uphill, engine strain wise. It is definitely handling it very nicely. way better than the 6460 has been. Now I want to check something. Just want to make sure we're planting, if this is actually doing anything. The roller. If this already has a seed bed, it does not have a seed bed, so the roller actually is going to do a little something for us. But I also think it is starting to become apparent that our dreams of maybe getting a bigger tractor have come to a halt for a while because of our recent purchases of a field and a telehandler and a combine and all sorts of stuff. Until at least next year when we can get some crops sold off. Now I'm also going to be using this tractor to mow our grass with after we're done planting, because we have to get our grass off. I don't want to wait again until October. I'm hopeful that we can get a, is that planting? It is, it's just a different texture. I'm hopeful that we can get a possible 4th cut in November I know the yield probably won't be great because it'll only be about 2 months that it's had to grow, but I think it's important to try to get a late fourth cut for us, especially in the silage department. I guess I can turn my beacons off too. Where would the IC be in here for beacons? Is there IC in here for that? Maybe not. Little roof hatch, that's nice. Yeah, very nice tractor though. Pretty excited to be running this, but it did cost us, so I honestly would have rather just run the 6460. But the actual maintenance on that is going to take about 5 hours, so we wouldn't have had time to get this crop planted and mowed all at the same time, so this was kind of a necessary evil. And now I see that there's rain in the forecast, so when is that gonna happen? 1900. So I think that we should be able to get this field planted before the rain comes. And depending on our moisture, the rain actually might be welcomed for the grass, because we're going to be making silage bales this time around. We have run out of seed. I'm just going to cut through the feed alley again. Been doing this a lot lately. It just makes more sense. I don't like doing it, but I don't know why I don't like doing it. I just don't. So, we gotta get the seed in here. I would have used our new seed, or our new telehandler, but we have no attachments for it at the moment. There we go. Perfect. No time to waste, so we're just gonna park this up here. Pop out. Be back in this wonderful vehicle that we have leased. And we're back to it. So we're all the way up here at the top portion of the field. We haven't done any headlands yet or anything, but has been nice. It's interesting with the damage mod, almost in a way how stressful it is, just it feels like I'm watching the engine load like a hawk all the time, but having something that actually has enough power is really nice. And that you can actually go a decent speed with. You're not, especially uphill. I mean, obviously the way that we're planting this field this year isn't I don't know, anything crazy, but it's just nice. We can plant at 7 miles an hour and be totally fine. Going downhill, we're at 40%. Going uphill, we're at 70%. And it's just more relaxing, I guess, is a way to say it. But there are weird textures in this field because it depends on if I drop the drill when we're over top of one of these textures or the other textures. It actually matters, apparently. But it is all being planted same way. It's just looks a little different is all. But yeah, I mean, this 718 is a killer tractor, and it really makes me want to get one on our farm. Obviously, it's not in the budget right now. We're gonna have to sell some crop off and such first, but I hope eventually, within the coming years, we can get something like this or similar to. There's some nice Massies out there too. I'd consider a JCB, but I want to stick kind of to the Agco brand if we can. So we'll just have to see, but yeah, drilling is going well so far. It is officially 1500. So the day is, or the month I guess, is starting to come to a close. We do have the rain coming at, what was it, 18 or 1900. So we want to be done drilling by then. Ideally, it would be kind of nice to mow some grass too before then, and then it can get some moisture to it, because we are going to be baling and wrapping those, because we are starting to get kind of low on silage, because our mixes right now, our feed mixes right now, are much more silage heavy. So we're going through it a little bit quicker. But I think the next time I see you guys, we'll probably be finishing up this field and getting into a little bit of mowing. Right, 1600 now. 2 hours until the storm comes. And we're in the grass field, mowing away. We are just going to leave this. Again, this is why I don't like one-day seasons. This is... we should really make the switch, but I think we're going to wait until the winter time to make the switch. I also think that I'm going to be updating our map, too, because we are actually still on 1.2. I think we're going to update to 1.3.1, I think is the latest version as of today. Oxy's put a update out. And there's been instructions on how to carry over a game save, so we're gonna probably attempt that as much as we can. It seems easy enough. I will try that. But if we fail, then the winter time is usually the best time to be able to kind of switch over a game save, or at least start a new save and get to a point that we were at. We can use easy development in our fields and all that stuff. Just, yeah, there's just a lot to go into it, but I do want to update. I do want to update the map. That's kind of the plan. Just after this month, once we get into October, don't believe we have a whole lot to do. We're probably going to be selling off some stuff. We need to sell off some wool. We need to sell off a few rams. I think we're gonna have some steers, possibly. Those 2 steers will possibly be able to be sold. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure on that. I think we're gonna sell some straw as well, because we're just in need of money at the moment, because we spent a lot recently. So we're going to need a sprayer to spray weeds with. We're going to have to figure that out. Still going to need a manure spreader, slurry spreader at some point. So there's a lot to buy yet. But I think we're just going to have to figure that out when we get there, even if it takes us getting might have to get a little bit of a loan. We'll stay afloat. It's just at what cost? So... I don't know, when I'm making decisions like about buying that field, I feel like, yeah, maybe we rush that decision a little bit, but we also need to purchase land to continue growing as well. So kind of one of those, it'll benefit us in the future, but right now that $100,000 that we dropped on that, it's hurting a little bit. Alright, we've made our way over to the next field, and we've been at it for a little bit now. Again, I'm just really loving the power that this tractor's got compared to the 6460. Just, it's nice to be able to really get through these jobs at a good clip. I've been having to go like 4 mile an hour, I think, is what it was, up this hill with the mower on it, with the 6460. I think this is it a 140 horsepower tractor? This is 188, so I mean 48 extra horsepower. It's not, it doesn't feel like a ton, but this is also a much newer tractor than the 6460. We look at them, let's see, what year is our 6460? 2007, apparently, to vehicle years, to the vehicle years mod. And this is a 2023, I think. So, lot newer, way less hours. I think we were creeping up on 140 hours, which is a lot for farm sim. But between Kinleg and this series, done a lot of work. But we will be returning this Fendt after we are done mowing. It'll be sad to see it go, but it'll be good to get back in 6460, and hopefully they don't find any major issues. I'm gonna have them also prepare or do the service on it as well. So, oh, scheduled maintenance canceled due to insufficient funds. Well, that's not great. So they were gonna do the maintenance on it. But we have the milk guy coming tomorrow morning that we should make some money from the milk. That's another thing that I forgot to mention. And then, yeah, and then, like I said before, we have our straw that we're going to sell. We're going to be able to sell our oats probably around February, December time. Young lamb that we need to sell, and some wool. So we should get a little bit of money to work with. And then I'm definitely not against the loan either, but that is just reiterating what I just talked about. Hard to not like back over what we just talked about, because for you, it was only probably a minute or so ago. For me, it was like an hour ago. That's something I've been noticing with my videos, is that I do reiterate a lot. I'm trying to not be so redundant. Good morning, everybody. Welcome into October. We're gonna get some vehicles started up here. Need to get the cows fed. It's not a huge rush, but they are out of technically TMR, so they do have some feed in there, but and then we need to also check on the sheep. They do have some water. Okay, so they're good at the moment. Is this unhooked? Yes, because we did some straw blowing into the milking barn. So we need to get some cows fed. We need to get some wool loaded onto the trailer, which honestly I think might be, well, it'll probably be the second thing we do. We definitely need to get the cows fed. Is the Massey back? It is not. So yes, the Massey is still up at the shop. So it's there longer than we wanted it to be. So luckily we did get the mowing done. I need to get some money made so that we can afford to get those repairs done on that on that tractor. It's going to cost a few thousand in order for that to get done. This is our best option for a feed tractor at the moment. I still have yet to turn down the engine requirements for this feed mix. I just don't feel like it needs 195 horsepower or something. Is that what it is? I don't even think it's that much. Oh, because our silo doesn't work or our water, we're just gonna park this up into a good spot. It will be easy for the Massey to get on. Massey's over here with the bale forks already hooked up. We're gonna grab a bale of hay quick, since we're already up on this side. A very simple but effective recipe. And we actually don't have any milking cows at the moment. So you'd think, well, maybe they don't need TMR, but I just want to keep them on the same diet so that when they are milking, that they're used to it. We did sell milk already though this morning. The milk truck did come. Wanted to get it on video, but I actually was having issues with OBS, so I couldn't actually manage that. It was very strange. It just wouldn't pick up the screen for some reason. Then we need 2 silage bales. We need to cut the wrap off first. We'll cut the wrap off that one, and this one should do. I think that we are actually going to get rid of that silo and get a different one. I might convert over the Collinson ones from FS22. That's kind of what my plan is going to be. But I might need to do some work on the mixer too in order for that to actually work, because apparently it doesn't want to fill from the silo. And it might just be this silo. It might not have issues with different ones. It feels like this one is more of like a grain silo than like a feed silo, so we could get ourselves like a feed silo. Maybe it would be different. Who knows? You can actually see the engine load. At first it's kind of high when we first started going, but seems to be decent right now. The Massey wouldn't even hardly move when we had this mixer on it. But why does that say forage? Wait a second. What are we missing here? Was that a small hay bale? Sorry girls, we're about to juke you. We're not actually going to be giving you feed yet. So we want to make sure that we're giving them the TMR. Yeah, what did happen there? I think that may have been a half bale or something of hay. Which in that case, need to actually go get another hay bale. I had that happen to me the other day too. I was feeding them. I think it was like one of the night feeds that I almost gave them their feed, looked down, and it wasn't actually a TMR mix. Yeah, so this is 6,000. I feel like the other one was only like 35 or something, or 3,000. I don't know. Who knows? I'm just gonna set this hay bale down in this clamp. For now, it's half bale. We're just gonna leave this tractor running because as soon as we're done with the mix, we're gonna get the mixer unhooked and hook up the trailer, and we are gonna get some wool loaded up onto that trailer. We have quite a few pallets. I would have preferred to use the telehandler, but we have no money and we have no attachments for it at the moment. There we go. Let the feeding commence. Would also like to apply for a grant. Let's see, is that full then? Are they full? Or just out of feeding range? The feed alley doesn't actually extend all the way. I think I wish it started right here so that we could feed them the whole way down. So I like to roleplay that we feed both sides, because we're pretending that this is the heifer side and this is the milking, this is the cow side, but it is what it is. So I got some of these girls marked, the ones that are actually in calf. We did not plan things out very well. The fact that we do not have any milk right now is a massive bummer. It was not very well thought out, and it just continues to prove my idea that we should have probably hire a herdsman or something. But again, we don't have the money for that at the moment. Alright, we are loading up our pallets of wool right now. I want to say this is going to be about 7,000. Reminder, we're playing on normal difficulty. I think it is 7,000. Is what we're gonna... It's projected that we're gonna get. Now I do have the seasonal wool shearing mod by Argsy on, but it almost feels like it's not working. We've just really been... I've seen it accumulating wool over time instead of it all just kind of spawning in certain months. Which I really like the idea of the mod, because it's much more realistic. If it's twice a year, there's a shearing session. Use me sheepies. Out of the way, lads. Or ladies, mostly. There's 3 lads in here. Well, there's 3 big lads. We got a few lambs, male lambs, that we will be selling as well. That's kind of what the gist of the second part of this video is selling to make money, which you know, because I've already said that. So we will continue getting these pallets loaded, and then we'll bring them down to where we need to sell them and get them sold and make some money. And then hopefully we can call up the Peacock and Bennington and tell them to get to work on, or that they can get to work on our 6460, so we can finally get it back. It's sorely missed. Alright, we're up at the farm shop, or the farmer's market, sorry. Oh, uh-oh. Is that not where we're supposed to sell this? Maybe it's over here. Farmer's market. I think it may be right here, actually. They are the ones that want our wool. Should make around 9 grand for this. Perfect. There we go. We have $9,601 to work with. Is great. Uh-oh, traffic's getting hairy again here in town. There's always something crazy going on. These bikes don't accelerate very fast, so these cars think that they want to pass it all the time. And things get crazy. Okay, so we have these rams that we're going to load up. Anything that says ram is what we're going to get rid of. We're even going to get rid of these big rams. We're going to try to buy in 2 new ones. Because the pretty much all the sheep in there are offspring of these 3 rams that we have. So it's time to bring a new one in. We've had these rams since Kinleg. And yeah, so we gotta get we gotta get some new brought in. So we'll meet you up at the livestock market. All right, we've got all of them all selected. We're going to sell them. So that was 4,374. Now we need to look for sheeps and goats. Are there any good rams here? This one's pretty good. I do want one of these. Landrace, and then I want ideally a Swiss brown. But it doesn't look like there's many of those that are great. He's pretty good. Black Welsh Mountain. Well, that's a sheep though. He's real good. I like him. Maybe we'll get him. A Texel. That's interesting. Those that look different. I wonder if those are actually like different looking. I mean, this blue face Leicester Texel Ram. Oh, he's expensive. He must be good. Suffolk's. Anyway, so we got two. We'll buy those. We're happy with those guys. Welcome to the herd, fellas. Do good things. And that is actually all we have to sell today. So we did call up Peacock and Bennington. They are working on maintenance right now. It is going to be about 5-6 hours. So probably around 3 o'clock in the afternoon that we'll be able to get our 6460 back, thank goodness. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We are back in the positive. It is much needed. So, thank you for watching. Thank you to my YouTube channel members. As always, you guys are incredible. Couldn't do this without your support. And we will see you in the next one.